Bell is one of the many well-known faces here at the 2008 Film Fest. Our very own Evan Watkins got to sit down with him and discuss with him what he thought of this year's Film Fest.
Do you watch the films that you work on?
No, I don't. I just told you I don't watch the old stuff because, you know, I just find it's like looking at an old family photo album. You know, goes, oh, look at little Malcolm at the beach, you know, or something like that. But it's like, God, the haircuts then. You know, the Beatles have a lot to answer for. Besides giving us the genius of their music and talent, the haircuts were awful.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I got lumbered with that haircut for, oh, I don't know, 15 years. And I didn't really want to lose it because I always loved the Beatles, you know, so. But it looked a lot better on them than it did on me, that's for sure. But anyway, so, you know, I like to look forward to the next project. It's always fun to look forward to it because, you know, I love work. I'm a working actor, so I enjoy working very much.
Well, that reminds me, brings you to this, the film that you brought here, Never Apologize. It kind of examines your work with director Lindsay Anderson, am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, and it seems like you were part of this great movement in British cinema, not only in England itself, but France, and then you had the Hollywood New Wave coming after. Did you know then that what you were making would be examined later on as substantial?
No, of course not. No, we were just having fun,
really
trying to get it together. You know, I came up with the idea for Oh Lucky Man, which is the second in the so-called trilogy, and I conned Lindsay Anderson into making this movie because, you know, I knew that he didn't make scripts. You know, he would never make a Hollywood script or something that was complete. It's a pity, really. I think he rather felt that he should have that talent, but he didn't. He had to be an auteur. He had to make films that reflected what was happening in our lives, but in a brilliant way, disguising it, i.e., you know, the boarding school in If becomes a metaphor for England, really, and the establishment and all the you know, stratas of it and all the rest of it, and the pecking order, as it were, of the establishment. And you know, the establishment in England, as it is in America, is quite brilliant in dealing with rebels, because what they do is they assimilate them and give them a title and give them more money, and suddenly they become the establishment. When they were thought they were, you know, these way out rebels, you know, who were always at the establishment and the established order. But that's the way of human nature, you know. But in England, they have it down to a fine art.
Yeah. So now you can buy your punk CDs at Walmart and stuff like that. You know?
Well, exactly. Yeah. Look at that. I mean, when we first heard, oh my God, those crazy nutters doing God Save the Queen. I mean, I just rolled about. I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. And, you know, people were outraged. I mean,
imagine.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Well,
have we got a sense of humor or not?
Yeah, really. I wanted to get back.
That's a very fine tie you've got. You look rather snazzy.
Sorry.
You want to be an actor? What course are you doing?
I'm film and television, writing and directing, but I have acted and I do like to act in things for
and
people.
Do you do stand-up comedy and stuff like that?
Why do I look, I look funny?
Because that's maybe where you should go next.
Oh, thank you.
No, seriously.
I
it's fun. It's fun for you to do.
Yeah.
And it's a very good thing for an actor to do that. Is to walk a plank of danger, not knowing what the hell is coming next.
Oh, see, this brings me to the next question. Is there were so many things in...
I see, that's a good segue. You're learning fast. Good.
There was so many things that I noticed because I watched Clockwork Orange again on the big screen, which is amazing.
Say that again?
On the big screen, which is amazing.
Ah,
to see
okay.
it on the screen.
Good. Oh, wow.
Even with all the little, you know, flaws of the film itself, it's amazing because of the grain and everything. But I noticed so many things that seemed to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they seemed to me like you just came up with them on the spot, on set. But I know that actors do prepare.
Yes.
So how do you balance that preparation with, I'm going to do this now and just be in the scene?
I'll tell you this, it's at the height of really intensively good work. And I'll say that, you know, to find a place where you can get beyond what's in the script and beyond the comfort zone and go out in a spontaneous way it rarely happens on set. I mean, rarely happens in your career, actually, where you can actually, you know, fly with something and be so loose that the first thing that comes into your head and it's brilliant and the whole scene becomes about that. I mean, that's the genius, though, of Kubrick, if I may say, to understand that and to wait for that and to go with it. I mean, you know, he had to get to a place where he could say, wow, when you did that Singing in the Rain, I saw the whole movie, and he changed everything to accommodate it. Yeah. And, you know, I've done that with other directors. I've given them stuff which I thought was quite good, and they've just, but it's not in the script. You go, eh.
So they need to keep that autonomy, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think they feel threatened by the...
It's just they don't have the talent, you know. It's an immense talent to be able to, and confidence to do that. And, you know, Kubrick had that in spades, you know. And he's also, he was, you know, he was bowed down to even by studios and all the rest of it. The studio heads, he was, you know, he was the king. He was the king.
Every movie different, right?
Everyone different, a different genre, you know. He was extraordinary. But having said that, my favorite director was Lindsay Anderson. And you will see why tonight.
I'm very excited.
Did you see the film?
No, I have not.
Oh.
I'll take a look at it.
Well, he was extraordinary. That was really like working with an Oxford Don. You know, he was a great teacher and very protective of his actors. I mean, you know, they tried to hurry him up on the set, and he looked at the first assistant director who'd come to say they were ready 20 minutes ago. He said, "Do you mind? I'm talking to one of my actors." And he meant it, and there was a chill. Yeah. And I sort of went, ugh. He was a real shit eater anyway, that guy. So I was like, but it was a bit like that, you know. So.
Oh, I'm going to completely derail and ask: Is this first time you visited Savannah and the college?
Actually, it's the first time I've visited the college, and although I've never visited the college, actually, unless the town is now become the college, is it?
It's very ingratiated, yeah. They're kind of a symbiotic relationship.
I know, it's sort of amazing, really. I do think, and I was going to say this tonight, so maybe I'll save it, what I feel about it, because I've got to say something original at my acceptance speech, so I better save that. But it is an amazing college, and it's an amazing town, and I'll leave it at that. I'll say what I want to say later on, but it's fantastic, and I'm really happy for you guys, because you must have rich parents, do you?
No, just, well, we were okay, but now with loans, it's going to be pretty hard.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right.
Well, you know, listen, I wish that I'd had the opportunity to come and goof off for 4 years. I mean, I cannot believe it. And you are what? Doing what? What's your subject?
Film and television.
Film and television. I mean, what are we doing every morning? Click, click. Is that it? We're watching movies.
Making movies.
Making movies. I mean, you're kidding, right? I mean, since when did you get this one passed? I mean, I think it's genius. I think it's brilliant. I mean, I really do. If you can get away with that and come out with a doctorate?
Well, not
what is it?
necessarily.
An MA or BA or whatever?
Yeah,
a Bachelor of Art?
Yeah.
That is, I mean, sleight of hand, buddy. That's great. Yeah. That's great.
Well, that's I think that's all the time we have. Right?
Okay, so, good.
Well, thank you so much.
Hey,
for
pleasure.
interviewing.
And I hope you enjoy the funeral. I couldn't resist it.